The modern workday rarely ends when you leave the office. It vibrates in your pocket, pings on your laptop, and lights up your nightstand. It is an invisible weight, a relentless mental hum that eventually becomes the ultimate beja fry. Consider Ravi. Externally, he is successful and composed. Internally, he is drowning in a blur of endless Zoom calls, incoming emails, and overlapping deadlines that drain his energy before the day even begins. This hyper-connected state follows him straight through his front door. The boundary between a demanding workspace and a restful home completely dissolves, leaving him constantly bracing for the next notification. This diagram illustrates the human stress response cycle. Digital stimuli trigger a cortisol spike, which feeds right back into a state of high alert. The nervous system becomes trapped in this continuous loop, operating indefinitely without a rest phase. Standard interventions like meditation apps or weekend getaways often fail because they exist outside the daily routine. They do nothing to disrupt the microscopic habits that drive chronic exhaustion. Achieving actual sukoon, that deep, grounded peace, requires a physical, tactile disruption to our morning habits. We cannot solve digital fatigue with more digital distractions. For Ravi, the disruption arrived in a cage. A friend gifted him 2 playful green cheek conures and 2 cheerful budgies, dropping 4 living creatures into his highly optimized, screen-heavy life. The shift started with the sudden introduction of basic, inescapable physical responsibilities that had to be completed every single morning. Before he could check his emails, he had to provide clean water and chop fresh food. These analog tasks physically replaced the habit of reaching for a smartphone the moment he woke up. This is pet care stripped of aesthetic glamour. It's a makeshift green cardboard plate holding okra scraps, everyday jugad anchoring a person in the physical world. Focusing on a living creature forces the brain to decelerate. Attention moves away from abstract, cloud-based anxieties and toward the tangible needs of the animal standing in front of you. This morning routine acts as a mechanical override for the nervous system. It forces the body to prioritize immediate physical care over hypothetical future worries. The budgies bring a specific energy to the room. Their graceful flight and constant chatter inject life into a stagnant, quiet space. The conures provide a different kind of stimulation. They are intensely curious and highly tactile, actively seeking out their human and demanding physical interaction throughout the morning. Their affection is aggressively present. When a conure gently nibbles your finger, you are forced to remain still and focus to avoid startling it. This creates an empathy feedback loop. The birds sense the energy in the house and respond to their owner's mood with a gentle, disarming curiosity. It is difficult to mentally rehearse a corporate deadline while locked in eye contact with a tiny, fragile creature perched an inch from your face. These tactile interactions serve as emotional anchors. They pull a stressed mind out of the digital ether and force it to exist purely in the current second. Months into this new routine, Ravi's baseline stress levels dropped. He began sleeping deeper and found himself smiling instinctively more often than he had in years. Ravi's workload remained identical. His inbox stayed full and his deadlines stayed tight as they were before the birds arrived. This routine shifted his core fundi, his foundational way of handling stress, rather than attempting the impossible task of eliminating the stress itself. Starting the day offline builds a psychological buffer. This slow, analog pacing creates a layer of resilience that stays with him once the high-speed workday begins. We cannot outwork or out-optimize the anxieties of modern life. The math on endless productivity never actually resolves into peace of mind. Instead, peace is found by slowing down, disconnecting from the screen, and embracing the simple, tactile responsibility of caring for something smaller than ourselves.